healer of the poor. Yes, that's what some people called him. It doesn't do him justice, though. Dalgalar helped everyone regardless of his wealth. The only difference was that he had the rich people pay for their treatment. Do you also remember why he left Ark? Yes. For him, the end justified the means. For example, it is said that he once healed a crippled soldier by replacing his lost leg. The League considered such practices pathless, but Dalgalar refused to give in, and that is how they came to blows. Finally, Dalgalar left Ark and moved into a remote old castle in the Frostcliff Mountains. True, but people fear what they don't know. It has always been like that. I guess you know the rest of the story. He became more and more reclusive until one day he locked the gates and was never heard from again. The apothecaries say that it was his eccentricity which was to blame, but I think there is more to it than that. I know it did. I recently read the notes of one of the few apprentices he permitted to come with him. And this is where it gets interesting. Dalgalar researched something he only referred to as the Angel. No one but him was allowed to take part in its creation, and he hired dozens of mercenaries to get him the resources he needed for his experiments. Books, relics, rare herbs, things like that. And one of those relics was a small dark stone, shining like the skin of an eel. Yes. What do you think, Saira? That does sound like a lead, doesn't it? I was waiting for that question. Alright then, I might as well come clean. I am interested in all this because there is a rumor as to what the Angel was supposed to be. A talisman, one that allows its bearer to heal any disease in the world, even flesh maggots, the yellow fever, or the Black Death. All of them. And I want to find this Angel, Saira. Isn't it obvious? Because I want to be healed. Yes, if there's even just a sliver of a chance that this device, whatever it is, can help me, I have to take it. And that is also why the Order must not know about any of this. They would confiscate the artifact before I could use it for myself. And what am I supposed to tell them if they ask me why I need it? I can't allow anyone to learn the truth about me, not until I've dealt with it. Now enough about my motivations, Saira. Let us plan how we are going to proceed. Yes, I found us a map that should point the way from the Frostcliff Tavern. Go prepare yourself. I will meet you there. And thank you for helping me. I appreciate it.
Shut up, will you, Folyak? Excuse my friend, but I didn't recognize a tear as it was drooling in his face. But as it
Please,
said, we don't know
sit
anything
down.
about the castle. If I were you, I would stay away from it anyway. This man, this Dalgalar, he was crazy.
What makes you say that?
Well, before he, shut himself in, he sent his servants down here a couple of times each moon. And every time they hired dozens of hunters to bring them dead game, rabbits, deer, and the like.
So, he probably needed them for his experiments.
Hi, my dad, but why so many? I mean, 40 cadavers a week? Must be something wrong with that. Maybe he's an entropist, a bone mage, or something like that. And maybe he wanted to use those corpses to raise an army of undead to take revenge on the League.
Rabbits, Folyak. Rabbits.
Dose makes the poison. Isn't that how you say it, my dad?
Yes, that's the saying. I need to go now. Thank you for your help. I take it you listened. I don't think we'll get more than superstitious chatter out of these people. What do you say? Should we head out? As you like. Just tell me once you're ready to leave.
The Count?
What do you want me to say? He's a monster, just like the apothecary said he was. I still remember the day he and his cohorts moved into that forsaken castle. The villagers all cheered as if he were Waterblade incarnate, but I just knew there was something wrong with that man the moment I saw him. Especially when I saw that cart with the burial shrouds. Nothing. At least, not for a so-called healer, but I saw a shape beneath them, like a stiff body, a wax figure, and that man, Dal Galar, he kept staring at it as if he were hypnotized or something. Anyway, my advice, stay away from that castle.
Yes, can I help? Dal Galar. I was still a toddler when he moved here, so no. But I know about his castle, and if I were you, I would stay away from there. Well, you know, I'm up in the village from time to time to look for things. And once I was stupid enough to go near the castle gate. There was something in the courtyard, a creature made of bright blue light, and it moved and it breathed. I got away from there as quick as I could, and I ran back to the tavern. And yes, maybe it was just my imagination, but still. There's something wrong with that castle. That's all I can say.
Apparently the one...
So, learned anything useful? Interesting. And you're right, the guy over there really does look strange. Anyway, let's go. Until that Quark appeared, but a war with Narim, that changes everything. They trump us in every aspect. Manpower, equipment, siege machinery. Let's just hope the wall... It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual name, but I had nothing else to go with, so it stuck. If it's really necessary. What do you want to know? If that were the case, I probably wouldn't. Usually it's just thoughts, and they're almost always there. It's as if there's always something lurking in the dark corners of my mind. Yes, but at what price? It isn't just what happens on the outside when it tries to take me over, Saira. At least not just that. It's what goes on inside. Imagine you are walking through a forest, all on your own. Then you hear heavy breathing, sobbing, and as you follow it, you find a wounded hunter. He's been mauled by a bear and is now heavily injured and delirious. I, that is the part of me that is myself, would want to help this man, to get him to safety. But the moment I see blood, the smell of death, these other thoughts start invading my mind. Yes, and that sight, it would arouse it. I can't find a better word for it. If I were to give in, it would... Forgive me, Saira, I can't talk about this. Yeah, it's just odd to talk about it like this. Honest answer? I don't know, and I don't want to know. As I told you in the Skola, if I really am the one to blame for that mess, I would transform into whatever this creature is. But it will never come to that. You have my word.
Huh? What do you want?
Cold. Well then, the castle is about 2 miles north of here. We shouldn't have any problems if we stay on the road. I suggest you go on ahead. I'll cover your back.
Tough times indeed. Tough times.
That tower over there looks suspicious if you ask me. Let's be careful. yourself.
Some fun.
Yes? Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean... I've had that for as long as I can remember. And I don't have the slightest idea as to how I got it. No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all. That's what Tyrus said too. But if it has a meaning, it's obscure. I couldn't find anything in the books, and the Magisters couldn't put their not without leaving a bad scar, at least according to the apothecary. And even if that weren't the case, I don't know if I'd want it gone. It reminds me of something. It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess. Yes? Well, as I told you, I was never very popular with the other novices. You know, the novitiate was very challenging. The Magisters only rarely gave us days off to... I never really liked that kind of pastime, and I still don't. I've never really thought about things like that. You know, life in the temple is quite secluded, and I doubt there are many men or women who would find my way of living it. That's true, but when I feel the need to relax, I prefer taking a stroll or spending time in the baths. Whatever secret there is about relaxing to loud music, raucous shouting, and alcohol is beyond me. The North Wind. Once among the most important mining sources in the country, and now, nothing but a ruin. In the end, all is fleeting, I suppose. Wait. Do you see that? Still warm. Someone else has been here not too long ago. Maybe. Let's be cautious. The castle is just up that slope over there. Quite the bulwark, isn't it? You could fit an entire village in there. Locked, as expected. Maybe, but the ground around here is slippery and the cliffs are steep. That could turn out poorly. Maybe we could try to break the gate open instead. But how? Black powder might do the trick, if we had any. Let me think. Northwind was a prospector's village after all, and I think I saw some kind of trapdoor down there near the mine's entrance. With luck, that could be a storage area. I suggest you take a look at it. I'll start digging the gate free in the meantime. Well then, take cover. There you go. What the? Breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry, but I guess that answers the question of what happened to Dalgalar's servants. Poor sods. Yes, I wasn't prepared, that's all. But I've got it under control, don't worry, I promise. An idealistic count, a remote castle, and a powerful artifact befouled by the High Ones. That's not too far-fetched, wouldn't you agree? We won't be able to get in through the main gate, but there has to be a side entrance. Come on, let's take a look around. Huh. That one looks good if you ask me, but it's locked, isn't it? Who would have guessed that? We should start with the corpses, I think. There has
to be someone. What about Brother Yarber?
Declined. Just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might...
I will not justify myself to those fools. If they only had a trifle of decency, they will see the debt they are in. But, as they wish, there are other ways. Tell the other servants that I do not want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening, and bring me new salve.
The salve. Of course, Master. Walk blessed.
to be someone with a key. Are you alright, Saira? Wait, you mean in a vision? But how? I thought everything you see comes from the Pyrean Age. That would explain why he hired so many hunters from the village. But what did he need all those cadavers for? The angel? Whatever. Let's go search those bodies for a key. Wait, do you hear that? Your vision must have caused this. We should be prepared for resistance now. Come on, let's find that key. I don't want to have to look at this any longer. Necessary. Do you have it? Then let's go in. Good. Let's see if we can get through the main hall somehow. Then we'll see. Prepare yourself. That was all of them. Wow, what a sight. Do you see anything? With your gift, I mean. No, but I suppose Dalgalar's personal quarters would be a good place to start. I guess the big gate over there should lead us there. Let's take a look. Locked, of course. What else would you expect when breaking into someone's house? Let's see. understand. This is some kind of magic seal, similar to the one the Magisters once showed us in the Scuola. You need to speak the correct words in order to pass. 2 of them, it seems. Well, that's the question. But knowing so if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, well, that's the question. But knowing Dalgalar, I'm sure he chose 2 words that meant something to him. So if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, we'll need to look for another way in. Come, let's take a look at the 2 towers. I think staircases in this hall might lead us there. More bodies. What in blazes happened here? Kirash! Now just what the heck was that? Yes, probably, but what is it? That's not an elemental, at least not a common one. Let's just be careful. I don't like this. A barrier. That looks like Starlingcraft to me. Without...
It is impossible to banish the barrier, correct?
Yes, my son. And no one apart from us knows the latter.
I see. Then I owe you my thanks. We should make a toast. To your Motrolian brandy?
I must confess that I am no friend to alcohol, but thank you nonetheless. Oh, to places with it. What are we drinking to? Our collaboration?
To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering.
All right. To our collaboration, and a world free of suffering. Marvelous, really. Between us, Misa, why the barrier? What do you have up there that 5 arm wides of Northwind stone aren't enough for you?
Something that's very dear to me, and very fragile.
I see. Well, then I can assure you that... blistering blazes. How tired I suddenly am. All that working, it must have gone to my head.
Yes, my son. You should rest. And forgive me. I will take care of your family. You have my word on that.
What do you mean? I just have to...
I am sorry.
Knowing how it works, we'll have a hard time getting through here. What? You had another vision. Poisoned? Why? Yes, probably, but killing someone just because of that? I thought better of him, really. This must have something to do with the angel, however. Question is, how do we get through here? We don't have that device, whatever it is, and I don't think Dalgalar left the code just laying around somewhere if he was willing to kill someone over it. Let's take a look around. There must be another way. A breach. maybe we could kill the mechanism that runs the barrier with force? But... wait. Yes, that could work. I snatched a bag of black powder earlier when we carried the barrels. I've been told you are no stranger to thaumaturgy, are you? Maybe you could throw that bag, and a fire arrow will take care of the rest. Good. Now see if you can shoot a fire arrow through the breach so it drops onto the mechanism. Try to shoot from an oblique direction. Perfect. Let's hope the fire doesn't spread. Now let's go see what Dalgalar wanted to hide so badly. Toys. And what is this blue substance everywhere? Huh. This looks like a child's room to me. None that I heard of. People always said he loved his craft more than he could ever love another person. But if he had a daughter, then maybe she had something to do with his retreat from Ark. Let's take a look around.
No, please don't eat me. The Vatir eyed him and sneered. Why wouldn't I? You are weak, and I am strong. His voice was coarse like a whisper tree's bark, and... You don't like this story, do you? Of course not. You didn't like it when Mother read it to you either. But do you want to know something, my little starlet? Soon, you'll be warm again. And then there will be no more need for stories, because you will be able to go out yourself and explore this world on your own 2 feet. I promise you, Maya. I promise you.
The girl was dead, Sierra. She was dead. There, Dalgalar's acquisitions. Now guess what else apart from animal bodies he bought heaps of. Dew flowers, lavender, and shadow stem oil. These are the ingredients for the ointments the Chileans use to embalm their dead. As long as it is regularly applied, the process of decay doesn't begin. The Chileans use it to keep a body fresh before sending it to sea, but this... Dalgalar bought enough of these ingredients to prepare funeral balm for 6 corpses. And didn't you tell me he ordered his apprentice to get him his salve? Girl who lived here must have been his daughter, and she died somehow. But instead of burying her, he used this balm to preserve her like a piece of salted meat. This is horrible. With the angel. That's why he tried to craft it in the first place. This only leaves us with the question of how exactly it was supposed to work, and what the black stone had to do with it. At least now we have a good candidate for the code word, Maya. Do you still want to stay here a little longer, or shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. So we have one room. Now let's take a look at the other tower. Maybe we can find the other one there. This must have been some kind of laboratory. Here we go again. Focus, Anya. Focus. That was all of them. Let's look around. That was all of them. Let's look around.
Is there a reason why you're hiding, Yulika?
Forgive me, Master. I wanted to talk to you.
Of course you do. What's on your mind?
Forgive my words, but I find certain recent developments disquieting.
Do you?
You've changed, Master. Every day the villagers bring their sick to our gates, but you forbid us to let them in. Instead, you spend every minute with this girl. And the Black Stone. Haven't you heard the tales? The stones are cursed. Master, you really should...
Go and pack your things, Yulika.
What? Master, I am just worried about you.
I know, and I thank you for it. Now go. Your apprenticeship is over.
But...
Go!
We need to go farther up, Saira. We won't find anything here. Again. And what did you see? Yes, that he did. I guess that's why people just forgot about him eventually. But at least we know now that we're not following a false trail. Come, maybe we can find more upstairs. Wait. Scientia Sinistra by Ibn Natarim. That was a Kyranian archivist of the Zibnota. Getting caught with one of these books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy and magic for his angel. Stuffed creatures, even lost ones. I'm not surprised he and the League had their differences. What the? That's not a laboratory, that's a crypt. Birash. Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals. But what is this fluid they're floating in? I see. Do you see that? A crystal. But it's so dull. As if all its energy...
Energy is life, and energy is death. A trifle less, not too much less. Just a little. Don't disappoint me. Not this time.
Had been drawn from it. Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the Black Stone? What? And I bet he hoped that this transfer would actually resurrect the bodies. That must have been the angel, Saira. A device capable of transferring magical energy from one thing to another. And he must have planned to use it on his daughter Maya. This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Anything? It does? Show by the name of the sun. This Tainisha must have been his paramour. And Maya, the girl from the tower, was their daughter. Exactly. Only this Tainisha didn't know that their daughter had died in the first place. Delgalar just told her all the time that she was sick and getting better. Blazes, this is tough. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Tainisha. I doubt we'll find anything else here. What do you say, Zaira? Shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. We actually did. Come on, let's see what's behind there. So this is his sanctum. Unbelievable. Just look at all these books. I wonder how much knowledge is hidden here. Prepare yourself. That was all of them. So he did let some servants in here after all, even though that didn't save them from their companion's fate. Saira!
Gurual Minto Jaronis. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must admit. Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers rather than those idiots from Rashengrad. Now don't look so grumpy, sweetheart. You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. I highly doubt it. Regret was never one of my virtues, I'm afraid. Take her, my friends. Careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Saira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it work.
No! Get off me! Damn it, get off me! No. Kirash, please, you're making a mistake!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun!
just stood outside in the rain and... I should have been there for you more, Starlet. So much more. But I will make up for it, I swear. Tomorrow. I will heal you. Once you and the stone are connected, you will be able to walk again. And this time, I will be a good father. And that's just for a start. The stone will change you, Maya. It will become a part of you. And it will give you power even the Lightborn can only dream of. The blind will see again if you so choose, and the mute will speak. You will succeed where I have failed, freeing mankind from all its misery. Like an angel. But there's no other way. I know, and it might just tickle for a little, but not for long, I promise. Not too little, not too much. Maya, can you hear me?
Daddy?
Maya, you! Oh, my little starlet, you!
I feel dizzy, Daddy. And where's Mommy?
She is at home. You have been very ill, you know that? Very, very ill. But now... Maya, what's wrong?
It burns. Daddy,
Starlet, what's wrong? What?
Poor little creature. You don't have the slightest idea how special you are, do you? Kalia.
I see. How do you think I am? It changes nothing. Yeah, who am I? The failed experiment of a broken man. I'm not sure if that insight was really what I needed. Of course, it helps me to understand the creature inside me. It's a black stone, and it was my father who fused it with my mind. But in the end, all I'm left with are more questions. For example, whether this means that I must bury my hopes for banishing that creature once and for all, or the question of what this veiled woman's role is in all this. It must have been she who set me out in that village, even though she knew of the Blackstone's essence within me and how dangerous it made me. She seems to be the same one you encountered on the ship where your friend died, and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? What are her intentions? I just don't understand, Saira. I don't understand. Still, what burdens me the most is what happened in that library. Be thankful you weren't. If you knew how I felt when I killed those mercenaries, you would give me a wide berth, believe me. Such gratification, such ecstasy. I am disgusting. Saira, if you had been there, I would have slaughtered you just like the others. And that... I know, Saira. Rationally, I do. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel repulsive. I will train harder, meditate more often, until I control every single one of my thoughts. That is the only way I will ever be able to fully control it. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself.
Despising